Good evening. My name is Jasmine Bill. I am doing my presentation for my portfolio. The first article that I will be summarizing is titled Influences of Technology Related Playful Activity and Thought on Moral Development. The author of this article was Bergen and D. Bergen and Davis D. Davis. Um, the article basically started off with discussing the moral development um, in children. It quoted theories from Erikson, Freud, Piaget, and Vygotsky, which basically concluded that play is essential to children's education. And the lasting effects of play are, are seen through adulthood. It helps develop a child's self control, their cooperation, empathy, and sympathy. Um, when children are engaged in moral development play, it helps them set goals, become self motivated, and it also helps them take risk. Um, when children are playing, they get to experience real world situations and scenarios. Something that they've seen, maybe their adults do, like family members or older siblings, they reenact those things like playing house or doctor or even acting like different occupations, like a teacher or a fireman, things of that nature. Um, Negative sides of that are when they're doing these um, technological activities that are negative. Not all of them are negative. Some of them are good, like games that are morally set, like you have to do certain things. Like if you're paying for something in a game, if you try to steal, then you have to suffer through the consequences. Whereas other games like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, those shooting type of games, um, they have a negative effect. They lead to aggression and cheating and just other negative character traits that parents don't want their children to take a part of. Um, and then the article also discussed each culture has their own definition of morals and standards and values. So, what Americans might find acceptable, Asians or Caucasians or just other nationalities might find something different. So each culture has their own definition of what is right and what is wrong, basically. Um, the article wasn't very conclusive. It did state that more research needed to be conducted to determine what the effects of technological play is on moral development. I chose this article because the children in this generation, I mean, they know more stuff than most adults do. For example, my daughter, she's only 15 months. She can get the iPad and work it. She knows how to work the remote and work the controller for the game system. And it's like, if these children are growing up using these materials, we have to incorporate them. And we also have to look at the pros and the cons. We have to look and see, are these items helping our children grow and develop in the way that we think is appropriate? Um, Hold on, I gotta, sorry, looking at the questions, make sure I'm answering all the questions. Um, Oh, I think what the authors really wanted people to know from this article was that when children are engaged in play, they learn how to set their own boundaries. Um, they learn how to work with others, which is cooperation. They learn rules and consequences, everything that our society takes a part of. Um, in their own sense, it's like they're having their own society and they're learning adult customs through their play. Um, There was one thing that I mentioned in my portfolio was there sometimes when children are too often involved with technological activities, they tend to forget what's real and what's not real. They see so much on TV and on these games, and they think, this happens. I see it all the time. It must happen in real life. And that's not the case. That's not reality. So we have to, as parents and as teachers, we have to make sure that we're teaching these children the right thing. As an educator, I would just have to include more activities, positive activities in the classroom, through the use of centers, individual activities, and whole group and small group things. I know my previous years, the kids love playing those interactive games on the smart board and on the iPad, and when used correctly, they can be learning tools. That's it for my first article. I'm going to stop here so I can get ready to do the second one. Okay?